800,000 children are reported missing each year in the U.S. Well, that's according to officials who say a good number of those cases are considered stranger abductions. Now, Paulding County authorities are fighting back against the threat. As Fox 5's George Franco reports, the county is now offering parents a chance to fingerprint their children and keep those prints on record.
It's a fingerprint procedure meant to provide peace of mind and potentially save the life of a child.
It's very important because people are crazy nowadays and they would love to get their hands on a beautiful child.
According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, roughly 800,000 children are reported missing in the U.S. every year. Of those cases, there are about 115 child stranger abduction cases each year.
I do not have any hard numbers. Thankfully, we don't have many notable incidents.
Deputy Tyler McSwain says the procedure involves weighing, photographing, and fingerprinting children. The result is an ID card which stays with the parents.
They would have the ability to present that card to law enforcement, who could test that fingerprint versus whichever fingerprints law enforcement may have come in contact with.
The fingerprints and other data is deleted from the department computer to avoid privacy issues, but the one-of-a-kind information provides a roadmap to law enforcement.
I think it's a very great idea to do this because it's really unique.
It's unique. Unique like every person's unique, right?
Yeah.
The Paulding County Sheriff's Office says if parents want to have their children fingerprinted any other time of the year, all they have to do is call. In Paulding County, I'm George Franco, Fox 5 News.
25 people became new American citizens during a special naturalization ceremony at the High Museum of Art earlier this week. The district director for U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services gave the oath of allegiance during Wednesday's ceremony. Officials say public ceremonies like this one are meant to bring attention to the process of legal immigration. Well, check this out. A 3-year-old boy has been deputized by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Young Jeremiah paid a visit to the Sheriff's Office and left quite an impression on deputies. Sheriff Ted Jackson says Jeremiah helped open doors for people and even went around the building shaking hands with every officer. Sheriff Jackson says they were so impressed that they decided to deputize Jeremiah to help make it a day he will never forget. Well, still ahead, a local group is making sure students are prepared for the first day of school. How they're doing it, next.
Thanks for making Fox 5 Atlanta's most watched news. I'll see you weeknights at 11.
You each drive a Ford Pick.
A local organization is helping students prepare to head back to the classroom. Today, Young Generation Movement held their 5th annual back-to-school event in downtown Atlanta. Organizers gave away free backpacks, school supplies, and haircuts to kids in the community. They hope to decrease violence and provide a safe environment for students through positive mentoring and community service.
Just trying to empower the community, just giving the community just a positive vibe, man. It's all about positive vibes.
It's a very blessing to give out book bags, clothes, food for all the children. It's a very good blessing.
YG Movement was started back in 2012 as a way to encourage students to reach their full potential in and out of the classroom. Well, some schools might not start tomorrow or until tomorrow, but buses were on the road for a test run in Cobb County on Friday. We rode along as kindergarten and first grade students and their parents took the bus to McCall Primary School. The kids got on the bus at their assigned stops and learned about important safety procedures. It's all to make sure they are ready for the first day of school.
I'll probably be taking her to school myself, but I wanted her just to see what it was like, just so that she could ride on one, know where it stops at, things like that. She's always pointing them out on our way to school when she was at daycare.
The first day of school in Cobb County is tomorrow, and no matter when your kids go back to school, we want to see pictures of their first day. Just post them on the Fox 5 Facebook page or tweet us at Fox 5 Atlanta. Just use the hashtag #FirstDayFox5.
From Fox 5, News Edge at 11 starts now.
And we start News Edge at 11 with breaking news tonight. Police tell Fox 5 that an off-duty Georgia State Police officer has been shot in southwest Atlanta. It happened in the 1400 block of Donley Avenue. The victim was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital in stable condition. We do have a crew working to gather more details, and we'll bring you the latest as we get it. More breaking news tonight. The search is on for a gunman who shot 2 people in South Fulton County. It happened near a McDonald's restaurant on Old National Highway and Highway 138. Fox 5's Natalie Foltz joining us live tonight with the latest there. Natalie, what can you tell us?
Deidre, police just updated us and told us that the victims in this case, a female and male, are in critical condition at Grady Memorial Hospital after they were shot at from someone riding on a silver motorcycle and someone inside a white pickup truck. You can see, though, the scene is clear now. The Mercedes that the victims were in when they were shot at was just towed away a few minutes ago. And you can take a look at this crime scene video of what it looked like earlier tonight. Authorities say this all happened around 8 on Old National Highway. The female and male were in the Mercedes riding down the road when police say multiple shots were fired from a motorcycle and pickup truck. The Mercedes was riddled with bullets and came to a stop in the middle of the road. We spoke with a few folks who say they heard the gunfire erupt and are feeling quite uneasy knowing the gunmen are still at large.
We heard a boom, 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 boom. It sounded like a sawed-off shotgun.
And my heart is saddened by it. And the man that did it, you're not God. You're not the one that should be who says who lives or dies, you know, and I don't know how you can sleep tonight.
Police say they are still investigating this whole situation and don't have a motive yet, but they are asking anyone with any information to please call police and again are on the lookout for a silver motorcycle and a white pickup truck. Reporting live in Riverdale, Natalie Foltz, Fox 5 News.
We'll have an update tomorrow morning on Good Day Atlanta at 4:30 a.m. Thank you, Natalie. A heartbreaking update tonight. Fox 5 has learned that the little boy badly burned in a Spalding County house fire has died. The 6-year-old passed away today around noon, a little more than 24 hours after that blaze on East McIntosh Road. Well, the boy's adoptive mother also died in that fire as she was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say a cigarette that was thrown in a trash can sparked the blaze. The Parkview and Gwinnett County communities are in shock tonight after the sudden death of a 16-year-old. Michael Jones suffered an apparent cardiac arrest as he warmed up for a club scrimmage on a soccer field in Forsyth County Saturday morning. And as Fox 5's Claire Sims reports, the high school coach plans to meet with his players tomorrow.
His name is still on display above his locker, but Michael Jones won't be back to suit up in his Parkview orange.
I know my guys are hurting. It's going to be a tough one.
Soccer coach Danny Kleinett says Jones passed away suddenly Saturday. The 16-year-old was warming up for a scrimmage in Cumming with his club team, Atlanta Fire United, when he collapsed to the ground and stopped breathing. Medics with Forsyth County Fire arrived at the soccer field to find Jones in cardiac arrest. They transported him to a nearby hospital, but he did not survive.
When I got the news from a friend of mine, I was shocked because he's a 16-year-old. You don't expect that to happen. If you guys could see him play, you would never have thought this kid would have passed away this way. I'm still in shock over how he passed.
Jones, Kleinett says, was the kind of player you wanted on your team. A young man who pushed himself to be better on the field and in the classroom. And one whose name will live on as the team retires his beloved number 3 jersey in his honor.
Terrific young man. Hard character, hard work. And he's going to be sorely missed here at Parkview Soccer.
Claire Sims, Fox 5 News.
And now to a Fox 5 News alert. Kennesaw police are searching for a missing woman. They tell us 51-year-old Lourdes Gutierrez was last seen early Sunday morning around 1:30 at her home on Due West Circle. Authorities also tell us she's been diagnosed with a mental health condition that requires daily medication and could become disoriented if she doesn't take her medication. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to call Kennesaw Police. DeKalb County Police continued their search today for 78-year-old Millicent Williams. She's been missing for a week now. Officers on ATVs along with fire and rescue crews searching Lee Lake at Chapel Hill Park. Williams' missing car was located at a nearby Kroger with her grandson Gregory Williams behind the wheel. He was then arrested and charged for her disappearance. Friends and neighbors turned out to help with the search.
love her. We love each other, and we stay in touch. So I want to come and find her because I have a strong feelings. I have feelings for people. I love people, and once I get to meet them, it's like they're a part of my family.
On Saturday, her grandson was charged with murder, even though authorities have yet to find William's body. And now to a Fox 5 News alert. Atlanta police need the public's help in finding a missing woman. They tell us Shantae Campbell was reported missing by her cousin, who said she walked away from her home on the night of July 27th and has not been seen since. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call Atlanta police. And developing tonight, an Atlanta police officer is pulled over for a DUI. According to APD, a state trooper said 2 vehicles were speeding on Piedmont Road near Buckhead early Saturday morning. The trooper pulled both drivers over and quickly noticed the smell of alcohol. One driver identified himself as Officer Dennis Castro. Both drivers were arrested and faced DUI charges. Developing tonight, a van plowed into a group of people, injuring at least 8 of them in Los Angeles. Officials say the van jumped the curb and crashed into a group eating outside the Fish Spot restaurant. Now, the cause of the crash remains under investigation, but local law enforcement say it appears to be an accident. And new tonight, water went spewing out everywhere in one part of Atlanta today after a vehicle hit a fire hydrant. It happened near Donald Lee Hallowell Parkway. Well, crews were able to fix the hydrant's valve that stopped the water from leaking. A plate has been placed over the hole, and a hydrant crew will make additional repairs this week. A nice, clear Sunday night in our area. No rain or storms in sight. And more of this nice weather on the way. Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Jeff Hill joining us now with an updated look at the forecast.
That's
Jeff?
right. Just in time for those that have to wait at the bus stop tomorrow morning. It's going to be a beautiful start to the day. Temperatures will be down into the mid to upper 60s, so very comfortable. Humidity levels will be low, and the skies should be clear. So we'll have a lot of bright sunshine once that sun comes up at 6:49 tomorrow morning. Here's a look at a radar and satellite composite. Got a cold front down to the south. Area of low pressure spinning along that front, really helping to enhance some of that rainfall, especially near the Tampa area all the way over toward Orlando. It's going to be a rainy next 24 hours, especially for the central and southern part of that state. Meanwhile, the humidity stays real dry. Look at this, almost bone dry as we head into early tomorrow morning. We get into tomorrow afternoon, dry to comfortable, and then the humidity will start to creep up a little bit once we get into Tuesday afternoon, but still very, very comfortable, and I think it's going to stay that way through Wednesday before the muggy weather returns as we get into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 77 degrees outside right now. The dew point's down to a dry 59. 86 was our high temperature earlier this afternoon, and right now we're sitting at 73 in Canton, upper 60s to the north, 66 in Athens. Real comfortable there. 71 in Covington. So the forecast overnight tonight, clear and mild. Temperatures will settle in the mid to upper 60s early tomorrow morning. And we'll be back with a complete forecast coming up in a few minutes. Deidre.
Sounds good, Jeff. Henry County Police are issuing a warning about a scam picking up steam again. Investigators say people are receiving a recorded message telling them that Wells Fargo has locked their accounts and they need to call a number to get the issue fixed. We're told once the person calls the number, they are asked to give personal information. Well, after the person puts it in, the line goes dead. Police say if this happens to you, please call Wells Fargo immediately. And another warning for you tonight, this one for Georgia Power customers. The company tells Fox 5 they have received reports that criminals are selling Federal Reserve Bank routing numbers to customers. Well, the scammers are then telling customers to use the routing numbers to pay utility and other bills from non-existent accounts. Georgia Power says it is working with law enforcement to identify and prosecute them. Still ahead, an Australian terror plot thwarted. How police there took down the people who may have been targeting airports. Coming up. Plus, after an upset in the Senate earlier this week on health care, Republicans are working hard to continue the fight to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. The latest in the debate coming up.